How's everybody doing? I'm back. The title of this video is Am I Too Old for Nursing? This video came about due to a conversation I had with a patient's family member. She wanted to get into the nursing field, but because she felt that she was in her late 30s, that she was too old to pursue nursing. So before I get into this content, I just want to kind of let you guys know that everything I talk about is just based off my experience. No one else's experience. Is what I live, what I breathe, and what I see on a day-to-day basis. So I explained to her that nursing was my fourth career option. By the time I got into nursing, I had done 10 years in the military, 14 years in sales and marketing, and 5 years as a paramedic. So I had a total of 29 years in the workforce before I even pursued nursing. Today I've been a nurse for 2 years, and I was like 47 years old when I started nursing school. And honestly, I was nervous because I didn't know what to expect. Will I be the oldest person in there? Would they call me names like Gramps, Grandpa? How would my clinical experience be? And what I found out was in my class alone, I wasn't the oldest in my class. We had a gentleman in my class who was 50 years old. Well, he was actually over 50. I think the youngest in my class was maybe in their mid-20s. And a lot of us were second in careers, we had other careers prior. We had one girl in my class, she was a respiratory therapist, getting into, and we had a school teacher, we had folks who sold insurance. There was a large plethora of people who was in nursing school. I know the first semester doing my bridge course, it's the paramedic to RN cohort. A lot of us were older, maybe between 30s and 40s. The paramedic students, it was 10 of them as well. The paramedic to RN cohort, they were, a lot of them was in the same position. You had some in your 20s, some in your 30s, some in the 40s. And the traditional class during that time had about 22 students. And it was a mix between paramedics, RNs, and you had some mid-20s, mid-30s, and mid-40s as well. So our last semester, we actually combined as a class. And I would say just looking around the class, I felt very comfortable. The nursing instructors were very helpful. And also going to my clinical sites and my preceptors, clinical instructors, everyone was older and they were really relatable. So I felt comfortable, being an older student in my nursing class. But probably what I found out, once I started my career, once I got out, of course, started practicing, was that a lot of the new grads now tend to be a little older. And, that kind of brings some advantages to being older and coming into the career field. One of it is just that with your life experience, you can really relate to patients and staff. I think patients being the big thing, because being an older nurse, a lot of times, and you're an older person, people just naturally gravitate to ask you a lot of questions because they feel you have a lot of experience. And honestly, you do. You may not have a lot of per se nursing experience, but you got a lot of good real life experiences and a lot of good points that you can pass along to staff and family. Also, there's a certain respect comes with being older. And so once you're in the career field and you're older, people tend to treat you a little different. Now, like I said, this is based off my experience. Also, there's a certain maturity that you have about you as you're doing your day-to-day practice. And that comes with being older as well. People tend to look at you for leadership, being an older nurse. And you have I think the biggest thing for me was I had a different outlook on the profession coming in, because now, I look at a lot of nursing boards and forum, and I see a lot of negativity when it comes to the profession, especially exacerbated by the pandemic. You hear people saying, I'm going to other career fields, I want to leave. And me coming in, older, been to different career fields, seen different things out here. I kind of look at some of the, I found a real good gem. I'm able to navigate. There's different areas that I can navigate into. And whatever you're looking for in nursing, you can find it. Now, there's a downside to being an older nurse, and I'll tell you, one of it is that nursing is rough. It really depends. For example, if you're a bedside nurse, bedside can mean step down ICU, med surge. You can be on your feet a lot. And if you're an older nurse, you may have some different comorbidities. You may have knee problems or hip problems or back problems. And a lot of these, and being on the floor and on your feet a lot can make it worse. So I do want to tell you that. Now, there are some specialty areas as well that you can go into that can fit. For example, surgical services, pre-op, endoscopy, those areas tend to be a little less stressful on your body. But ED, cath lab, those areas tend to be a little harder. And also, I think one of the biggest ones is that there's just so many options in nursing that it can kind of lead you to become paralyzed and unsure where you want to practice. You may come in saying, hey, I want to work with pediatric patients, but you may get on the floor and feel, hey, working with pediatric patients, it's not my thing. Now I'm really lost because I came into nursing and wanted to work with pediatrics. Now, I don't want to work with pediatrics. What do I do? Well, you don't have to try to figure it all out in one day. Just take it day by day, move around to different departments, shadow different departments so you can see where you find your fit. So guys, feel free to subscribe to my page. Now I'm going to try to commit to putting out a little bit more videos just based on my experiences. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and happy nursing.